I'm about a week late for the party, but let me just say, I am happy, 100% happy, that Jessie Smollet has been found guilty of 5 out of the 6 charges levied against him for making a fake hate crime. Now, for those of you who haven't followed up on the trial or who don't know who Jessie Smollet is, Jessie Smollet happens to be an actor who worked on the set for Empire. I don't know what that is, so don't ask me. I don't really didn't really watch that. It did seem like my taste. At most I've heard about it from several commercials that I've seen on TV, but that's about it. It didn't really strike me off as something that I want to watch. But apparently, Jessie Smollett alleged that he was attacked in the middle of Chicago at 2 a.m. while he was getting the Subway sandwich by 2 men who not only beat him up, but shouted racial and homophobic slurs at him, and at one point even said, "This is MAGA country." Now, after a few days after this supposed incident, the police began to be suspicious about this, especially when 2 Nigerian brothers, said that they knew Jessie Smollett and actually were the 2 men who beat Jessie Smollett, supposedly. And they said, as part of their testimony, that they were hired by Jessie Smollett to do just that. They even went so far as to prove this by showing an actual check made by Jessie Smollett. I would not be surprised at all if Jessie Smollett actually did this in order to get his name recognized. So that, or maybe to even get some more bigger roles in the future. After all, Hollywood has been known to do a lot of these things, regardless of the positive or negative press in regards to that. But I'm digressing on that part. Over time, after many hiccups, and especially one prosecutor decided not to issue charges at first in late 2019, new charges were levied against Jessie Smollett for again faking this hate crime and issuing a false report to police. And about a week, but as I'm making this video, about a week ago, Jessie Smollett has been found guilty of 5 of the 6 charges. Now, I have here on my phone a CNN article, and this is one of many articles that I will be showing as a major source in this video, so check out the description below if you want to see. I quote, "Special Prosecutor Dan Webb held a news conference following the 5 guilty verdicts against Jessie Smollett, calling the jury's decision a resounding message. That verdict was a resounding message by the jury that, in fact, Mr. Smollett did exactly what he said he did," Webb said. The former Empire actor was found guilty on 5 counts of felony disorderly conduct for making false reports to police that he was the victim of a hate crime in January 2019. Smollett was acquitted on 1 count of felony disorderly conduct. And also to add to the issue that he was apparently acquitted for that one account of felony disorderly conduct, it revolved around a battery charge. Apparently, one of the jurors said anonymously that he was found now guilty because the assault happened either way. Personally, I would disagree with the jury on this decision. I think he should have been found guilty on that charge as well, because it was Jessie Smollett that actually went so far as to pay the 2 brothers to beat him up in the middle of Chicago. He did that. He asked them to do that, and he paid them for that. He paid for the service. Had he not done anything of the sort, not only would Jessie Smollett not be in the court, the battery itself would not have occurred. But still, 5 out of the 6 charges were definitely issued against Jessie Smollet, and he was found guilty on 5 out of 6 charges. So I shouldn't complain too much, but now the question is, how is this going to affect the political atmosphere of this country? Because there's I think it's obvious for a lot of people when I say that hate crimes are not as much of a big issue, although they definitely are. I'm not trying to put them off or anything, but compared to what a lot compared to the political situation, as well as cases like Jessie Smollet and even Bubba Wallace of NASCAR floating up to the surface, I think that honestly, fake hate crimes are on the rise instead of real hate crimes, and we need to do something to stop that. And that needs to be set up, especially in the case of the sentencing for Jessie Smollett. I heard a lot of people say that he may potentially get 15 years. Just to clarify, I am not an expert in criminal or law, so don't take my word for any of this. I only heard from people that say that he may potentially get 15 years in prison. And honestly, I will be surprised if Jessie Smollett does actually go into jail, because that will definitely be laying down the law against people like Jessie Smollet who have actually issued, or no, who attempted these fake hate crime hoaxes. In fact, I think it should be, it should be standard precedent, or well, just the overall standard. If a hate crime is apparently 10 years from the last time I've actually researched, I think making a fake hate crime should be the same thing. It should be 10 years. Especially since the motivations of people definitely show that they want to create as much animosity as well as to obtain their own objectives, whether that be money, fame, recognition, or the advancement of a political agenda. And that's definitely a major occurrence in this day and age. In fact, people like Jessie Smollett and Bubba Wallace, I argue, are causing more political and racial division in this country than anything. And that's why I hope when the sentencing does occur, that the law is laid down against Jessie Smollett. Of course, there are a few people who are calling BS on this, especially with Jessie Smollett, one of Jessie Smollett. Sorry, I can't talk today. One of Jessie Smollett's lawyers. One of the lawyers actually claimed that he's 100% confident on getting this appealed, which is kind of funny as I read that, especially on this CNN article. Here we go. Smollett's attorney says he respectfully disagrees with the verdict and will appeal. Nenye Uche, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, Jessie Smollett's attorney said he respectfully disagrees with the jury's verdict and that he feels 100% confident that Smollett's case will be won on appeal. He is 100% confident that this will be reversed on appeal, Uche said. At the end of the day, we believe justice will prevail. We don't believe it was done today, but we are very confident that he will be cleared and he will be found to be innocent. Uche said Smollett is disappointed, but emphasized that his team remains confident in Smollett's innocence and said that he's hopeful to get a fair result in appellate court. I'm sorry, but that's really funny that he actually is trying to appeal despite the overwhelming evidence against him. But it doesn't end there. Apparently, BLM is taking Jessie Smollett's side, even going so far as to issue a statement that says that that a policeman or a police department should not be trusted over that of a black man. Yeah, I cannot believe they actually said that either, but this is the world we're living in. Hell, even the few people are continually hold these people on the pedestal. I've seen on the quartering on one of his videos that apparently Bubba Wallace is still being held by people like ESPN or NASCAR for his own fake hate crime hoax, where he claimed that there was a noose in his own garage, despite the fact that it turned out that very noose was actually like a door handle for raising raising one of the garage doors, one of the smaller garage doors. That this in fact is I've seen something like that in across the places where I live, even to some even in my own home, which is kind of funny that these people still hold them up as on a pedestal. This is why I hope that the law is laid out against Jessie Smollet. This means that no matter what, people like Jessie Smollet, whether there is an actual hate crime or not, will get the book thrown at them. You will get, if a hate crime, if a person actually did commit a hate crime, they shall get the book thrown at them. If a person faked a hate crime and wasted everyone's time as well as caused a lot of problems for everyone, they should get the same amount thrown at them. I really hope that's the case with Jessie Smollet. Before I go, to add further to the sentencing, Jessie Smollet actually has more problems to deal with, because apparently the Chicago PD has actually issued a lawsuit against him, calling for reparations of $130, or no, sorry, not $130, $130,000 for wasting the resources of the Chicago PD. I personally hope that these people do succeed. I really do. I know that Jessie Smollet may be a rich actor to some extent, but I really hope he does. I really hope he does get the law book thrown at him, as well as is forced to pay these kinds of reparations to people like the Chicago PD. If that's the case, oh man, I am very hopeful for the future against anyone who commits a fake hate crime. My name is Noah Meehan on The Arc Truth. Please post your comments down below, like this video, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Also, if you have any issues regarding my videos, such as how I speak, or how I frame stuff, or just the length of this video, please post them down in the comment section down below, or directly message me. Thank you.
Almost heaven.